How's it going, everyone? I appreciate you checking out the channel again, or if this is your first time, I appreciate it. Um, right now, I'm doing these TikTok reactions, and I've done some other videos in the past, and I'm gonna start going more in depth on Christian content. But here we go. I'll go ahead and start the clip.
This is probably one of the craziest conspiracies out there. It states that governments and those in power actively push the most extreme conspiracy theories and theorists so that they would be known and discredited. That way, there would be a stream of thought to dismiss any conspiracy theory as absurd, so that when someone actually discovers a real conspiracy but lacks conclusive evidence, they will say it is a conspiracy. So we will unconsciously discredit them or be even more skeptical of what would be a real conspiracy. If you look at one end of the spectrum, the theories will seem absolutely outrageous. But once you look at the other, it just reads as common sense, like simple science. This is why, when people think conspiracy theory, they jump to like crazy ones. For example, reptilian aliens helping Tupac, or just some celebrity live out his days in Cuba, rather than some theory about wealthy, powerful people, which is what most conspiracies boil down to.
There are a lot of conspiracy theories that are true. They just are. But yeah, there are many, I'd say more, that are false. And they do put out these people to give this false information. They give some truth with a lot of lies, or a lot of truth with a little bit of lies. Like Alex Jones he's like the number one guy. When people hear conspiracy theorists, they think of like him and whoever else. But I mean, Russell Brand, Alex Jones. I mean, Jones is COINTELPRO, and just let you know that entertainment purposes or whatever. That's what this is. But he is. I mean, if when he was on trial, he would have stood up for himself if he was for real. But he's not, and he would have never gotten Bohemian Grove if he wasn't one of them or connected in some way. Just like them kids that got in like a year or so ago or whatever. Yeah, they must have had family in it or something. They were allowed in, put it that way. But yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of them are true. Well, many are fake. Like Gnostic stuff, that's fake. What else is fake? Oh, there's a lot. I'll come up with more here in a minute. I don't know why people still don't believe in weather modification, weather control. I mean, politicians have been talking about it since what, JFK, if not before that. I think before that. Um, there's thousands of patents on weather modification, weather control. It's just there's so much proof for it. I mean, it, I mean, here recently, Dubai put out that they were doing cloud seeding in the sky. I thought that was fake. I thought chemtrails were fake, but no. I mean, there's still countries talking about how they are doing it. They're acting like they can't do it on a mass scale to where they can't cause these big storms, but obviously they can. You know, uh, it's just people don't want to wake up, and it's really sad. And I mean, Democrats. I mean, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I think they're both corrupt. I think, or the politicians. I think they're both corrupt. And a lot of people don't like when people say that. Like Republicans, they don't like when people saying that. Trump's one of them. He just is. There's a lot of proof for that. He's a Freemason. He's a um the religion that wears the red bracelet. Um and there's a whole lot of stuff going on with that. But anyways, so is Tucker Carlson. He's a plant. People don't like to hear this stuff. It's not just Democrats that are doing this stuff. It's Republicans too. Otherwise, Republicans would stop them, right? And the whole deep state taking out, the I'm trying to be careful with my words, but the attempt on Trump, right? Um, I mean, these are people that are trained to do this stuff. I mean, there's just so much fishiness, and it's just time for people to wake up. That I mean, they're against us. They are. It's just that simple. They want control over us. Anyways,
this whole orb drone alien thing going on. And hear me out when I say this, it's going to be really shocking, really hard to believe. It could be possible that the same government that has been lying to its citizens and desensitizing them to everything they want to desensitize us to, it could be possible that that same government is lying again. It could be possible that these representatives are looking in your eyes and talking with their mouths and lying to you. And they could very possibly have this technology and they're just kind of hovering it over us. You really think that if a foreign country had car-sized drones floating over people's suburban neighborhoods, do you really think that they wouldn't do anything about it? Guys, they love money. That would harm our money. That would harm their consumers. They're not going to allow that. It's also possible that decades and decades of indoctrination and propaganda through movies and music and through television shows, it could be possible that that was purposeful. All I'm gonna say is, if you see an alien, or if they just come out and say that there's aliens, they're demons. It's actually impressive how the public is just unbothered. It's like a big middle finger to them because we don't even care. And because I believe in Jesus, I especially don't care, because I know that whatever they're trying to convince us of is not real. And if it is real, I have nothing to be scared of. Everything is spiritual, and we know who wins in the end. Side note though, I do find it funny that on my first account that I ever made on here, I made a video, and it was ironically the same time that I think probably about 3 or 4 years ago, where the Senate was talking about UFOs. It had nothing to do with this stuff. But I remember saying in that video, I was like, I will not be shocked if they just casually come out and just say, oh yeah, there's aliens. Oh yeah, we've known the whole time. Whether they know it or not, they're actively fulfilling biblical prophecy. And what I see in my head is Jesus sitting next to the Father and tugging on his robe, being like, can I go now? Now? Can I go now? And at some point, God's going to let him. I'm ready to go.
part of it is they actually believe they can beat God, which is just outstandingly dumb. And a lot of them believe they actually are gods. A lot of these elite and celebrities and all that. And another thing, she said they're all about money or whatever. No, they print money. That's what they do. But they're all about control. That's what they want. Is control over all of us. Which, I mean, to a degree, they already have. They're conditioning us for a lot. They got us glued to our technology. I know I'm on technology right now, but I think it should all be done away with. We don't need the internet. It's part of it, and digital ID and all that's coming. Nobody needs to do that. And I pray nobody does it. But I don't know. There's just so many different topics to talk about and all that, but in little time, and it's going to take dedicated videos for stuff like that.
Bizarre are these two drones. Wait. Something is crossing their paths. Look at those. They're like literally side by side, just hanging there in the air. What? Oh my god. What? I thought they were going to collide. There's 3 of them now, I think. Like one there, one there, one there. And I hate the fact that I'm on my phone now because I wanted to just catch a better, oh my goodness, a better image of them. And I'm gonna tell you guys something, and I will stitch that video to this one. My son and I looked out the window one of these days and we saw a drone, and all of a sudden the drone wasn't there anymore, and it disappeared in thin air. And I went back to the camera, to our Ring camera, and because I thought it was crazy, and that happened on the camera too. So I'm gonna try to recover that image, and I will stitch it to this video. Why do I keep on saying snitch? And it's still there. It's still there. Do you guys see that there is something under and something on top? And the other 2 disappeared. I'm speechless. What is that? Whatever that is massive. Because we are at this distance right here, and you can still see it from all the way back here. And it looks like there are orbs all around it, and it's crazy. I can't believe I'm witnessing this. Unbelievable. Look, I don't know if you guys can see it, but from the camera, through the camera, I mean, I can see like this tiny little orb, and it's not only one, there's several of them now, and they move really fast, and they are now to the right side of this drone. Can you see that? Like something right there. Oh my goodness. Now it's to the left, and it keeps on going to the left really fast. However, when I look at it with my naked eyes, or through my naked eyes, I don't see those orbs there. I really wish I had a better image. It's not gone yet. It's leaving. I'm going to continue to follow that one over there. Because this one of action going on here tonight. I'm not gonna lie. It's super entertaining. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know that clip was that long. And I'll tell you what, those kind of videos bore me to death. I mean, I'm not concerned about anything in the sky. I mean, I know it's government, fallen angels, demons, whatever. Aliens are demons, you know what I mean? Or they are fallen angels. I mean, or the government, you know, like, I don't know why so many people are losing their minds over these type of things. Like, I see them all the time, you know. Have you ever noticed that there's not nearly as many stars as there was back like when we were kids and stuff? And the ones now seem to always be blinking red or green or white or whatever. Like, it's just boring to me. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't make anybody mad by skipping through that, but it's just like it was the same thing, you know. And a lot of these, unless it's like a real close-up shot, I mean, and even then, I'm still not really as concerned. But I'm sorry. I hope I didn't make anybody mad. It's just, I mean, come on. They're lying to us about all of it anyway. It's not aliens from another planet. I mean, that's just dumb. It's just dumb.
From above, they're flat and level. It's the sky plane. The sky only appears to curve, just like the ground. There is no curvature in the sky. There's no curvature on the earth.
Well, Dave, the SpaceX Falcon 9 is going to launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base, and it's going to launch in just about a minute, maybe a little less here. Just see the trail it's leaving behind. Absolutely amazing. And to describe it to you from, I mean, you can see it, but from the ground, it almost looks as though
some of these rockets look like they're scraping across a watery firmament, kind of like a boat dragging something through the water.
You see what resembles a speedboat going.
Sorry to pause it, but that "as above, so below" is a terrible saying, and nobody should use it. Nobody should use it. That's an Aleister Crowley type thing. It's an abomination.
Through water, you'll see the rocket.
Yes, there is water above and below, but you don't use that phrase. You know what I mean? Like,
Hit the firmament, explode like watery, and then it will skim along the surface of the firmament. Why is that? Well, because it's hydrogen. It's water.
I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're not flying into space.
It's almost like they're just throwing it in your face. Look, we're running into a solid barrier. These rockets literally look like they're bouncing off the ocean, like a boat in the ocean, creating waves. Look at it. Look at the footage. Look at that. They're putting it in our face. It's soft disclosure. They can't just come out and say there's firmaments, we're on a flat earth, or whatever else. They can't just come out and say it. They have to show breadcrumbs. They got to show a trail of breadcrumbs. They have to boil the frogs slowly.
People say, well, what's under the flat earth? Because they're thinking of a disk floating in space. We don't know what's under the flat earth because the deepest hole is 7.8 miles. And while they were digging that hole, while they were drilling that hole, they were using ground penetrating radar to see what they're going to hit next. And they were wrong every step of the way. No more rocks, no more water. They hit rocks, they hit water, right? They were wrong. And then they hit an impenetrable barrier. They tried for years to get through and they couldn't. And then they gave up. But then somehow we have a meme that shows us a cross-section of the earth, the next 4,000 miles. They know exactly what's there. They couldn't get the first 7.8 miles right, but they know the next 4,000. And everyone's seen the meme of the earth with a molten magnetic core. Another thing that they're laughing at us, because you can't have a molten magnet. Any magnet of any type, you heat it up, and before it melts, it hits the Curie point, and it loses all its magnetism.
Have y'all heard about the recent claim from the heliocentric priests? They're saying that the core has stopped spinning, and it's now spinning the opposite direction, which is going to cause all this chaos.
Well, this morning we are learning about a shift in the Earth's inner core that sounds like the plot of a Hollywood blockbuster. Scientists say our planet's solid core, which is actually disconnected from the rest of the Earth's layers, may actually have stopped rotating and could even reverse course. What does this mean?
Well, at first it sounds like something from a Hollywood movie.
Right.
The script says, oh my God, the core of the Earth is spinning backwards.
How do they know this? I just want to know, how do they know what the core is doing if they've only been down 8 miles? How is that possible? We've only, as humans, dug down a maximum depth of 8 miles. How do they know what's 3,000 miles down? Makes no sense.
So if you look at a magnetic field on a ferrocell, you have something called the inertial plane or the block domain wall. That would be where we reside. We live within a magnetic field. And you can only go so far down before you're actually going to have the reciprocation of that energy or that magnetic field. We know the deepest hole ever dug is around 7.8 miles, which seemingly correlates to the deepest area in the ocean, of course, the Mariana Trench. So the way that I see it is you're actually living on the inertial plane within the magnetic field, which actually then begins to make all celestial phenomena fit perfect within the toroid. And of course, this entire idea that there's this magic magma core made of nickel and iron that's spinning at different speed than the Earth spins is a complete fiction made up of seismic activity and speculation. And actually, when you look further into that, they say that that causes the magnetic field with something called convection currents. You have the geomagnetic field from the geodynamo model, and actually you would have a symmetrical magnetic field coming from the core. As it is a sphere, you would have the same magnetic field in the north and the south. But what the evidence actually shows is that it is not symmetrical at all, and in the south, the magnetic field gets up to 30% weaker. There's something called the South Atlantic anomaly, which shows that at 100%, it's not some symmetrical dynamo effect causing the magnetic field. If you actually look further into the dynamo model, there's about 50 questions that have gone unanswered. They can't even get the math to work with supercomputers. It's pure speculation that they can't get to work, and it seems that actually we are just prohibited from going too far down based on pressure mediation within a magnetic field.
There was a famous scientist that sent a submarine down and hit the bottom of the ocean and wasn't able to penetrate the bottom of the ocean, as if there was some type of water barrier firmament.
One of the strangest places on the ocean's floor was only just discovered in the 1990s. At 9 degrees, one of a handful of people to ever see any person. Without a doubt, one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen in the bottom of the ocean. It was while filming for Blue Planets in the Gulf of Mexico. And I noticed there's something out in the distance. Couldn't tell exactly what, but it looked like a dark band. And as we approached it, the dark band became a donut. I saw this donut. It was black in the center. What the heck is that? And so as we get closer and closer to it, I noticed that the black band had what appeared to be kind of steam over it. And then I looked, and there was water lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of mussels. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off, and as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline.
Yeah, I know I've seen that clip, and I think I played it on this channel before. I know I have actually. Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of that. Yep.
No way! Yo! No way. You got good footage? Good footage? Oh, they bugging! This shit fucking crashed! Yo!
Sorry about the language, everybody. But that, I don't know. What do you guys think? Was that an aircraft, or I mean, what do you guys? Please put in the comments what you guys think that was, and if there's anything you guys want me to check out, please put it in the comments also, and I'll try to look into it and do a video or a reaction video or whatever on the subject. Here we go. Okay. Sorry. I figured that was longer. I apologize. I played that in the last video, so I apologize for that. Again, though, I don't know why people don't believe in weather modification, weather control. There's thousands of patents on it. They've been talking about it for decades. Dubai, it was just talking about it recently with cloud seeding, and it's just all these wildfires, everything like that, all these natural disasters. I mean, we know what's up, right? I just don't know why people cannot believe that. I mean, when there's so much proof. I mean, there's literally patents, thousands, or at least over 1,000 of them. Anyways, that's the last clip I got for you right now. I'm gonna try putting more Christian content out, more reaction videos kind of like this, or ghost or conspiracy type things, because I think it's important to show these conspiracy, to show what's going on. And like I said, I don't believe in most conspiracy theories, but there's a lot I do believe. I'm going to bring back little season videos, different shorts. I'm going to start putting more books from the Bible back on my channel, because I do have some on there right now, but I want to start putting more again. And anyways, I'm going to start trying to do better with this channel. And I thank you very much for watching, and I love you. No, I appreciate it, though. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. God bless you and your families.